One word that I would use to describe balancing my academics during a pandemic and its effect on my mental health would be very, very lonely.
Unfulfilling.
Challenging.
Empty.
Tormenting.
Disaster. Aggravating.
Disappointing.
Draining.
Disheartening.
Unmotivated. Useless.
Atrocious.
Defeating.
Chaotic.
I do believe the pandemic affected my academic success.
It just didn't feel very valuable to me, and I kind of got in like a slump after, a few weeks in quarantine. So that made it a lot harder to do school this year.
I also didn't feel like I was getting the education that I was paying for because the internet was available, because everything was online, and I just used the internet all the time.
The whole lockdown and school online really was super hard for me because I just felt so isolated, and it just started to feel like nothing really mattered because we just did school on our computers every day.
I didn't go out and study with friends. I had to study by myself and it was lonely, so it sucked, but here we are.
The stress of school, and since I'm a senior, getting into college, I felt like was increased because of the pandemic, just because everything felt so unsure.
Out of college was because my mental health was going downhill really fast. I went to therapy while I was at school and it didn't really help. So I do feel like my life would be more satisfied if Corona did not happen, because Corona sucks. But also my mental health would be better, especially while I was in college. It drained me. When I was in college, we weren't allowed to have people, even if we lived in the same dorm room, we weren't allowed to have people in our rooms. So I wasn't getting the social life that I needed because I lived alone because I was an RA. And I also didn't get the communication with people except over the phone. And if I wanted to FaceTime somebody, it's just not the same.
I wouldn't say that I would feel more satisfied with my life if Corona didn't happen, because in a way, it kind of helped me to see that the things that I stress about and worry about so much really aren't that big of a deal, because when Corona happened, the whole world shut down and we stopped our lives and we were fine. So when I feel the need to take breaks from life, or I get too stressed out, I just remind myself the world moves on, even if I need to take a break. And I think that it's actually given me some perspective.